Hi everyone, so in today's video I'm going to be answering some of the questions that I think are burning on other people's tongues regarding starting your own manufacturing business, or if you're just curious about how it works, how my experiences were, from like sourcing materials to starting the business, the legal requirements and all of that. So I'm going to cover that in today's video, so you don't want to miss it. You want to save and you want to subscribe, of course, because I'm all about business, I'm all about marketing and self-development. So that is what this channel is all about. Anyway, let's get started with today's video. Now I'm going to be reading off of the questions because I wrote everything down so I don't forget anything and I cover it. So if you are interested in the manufacturing business, Kendall manufacturing business, that is Mwedi company, Kendall company, then stay tuned and let's get started. So the first couple of questions is just introduction of who I am. So the first question that I'm going to answer is, what inspired you to start a Kendall manufacturing business? So I am studying my MBA. I've always been a creative type of person. Kendall manufacturing is not my first business. So I've been in a couple of business. I've shared on TikTok as well. I've been in second-hand clothing business, t-shirt printing business, still in digital marketing business. I also sold bags. Well, I didn't sell. That's why I'm not in that business. I had the bags to sell. But yeah, I started a couple of businesses and I did a crochet business as well. So it's just never been like a complete fit for me. So I've always thought that I enjoy working with my hands as well as doing business and helping other businesses. So I registered my MBA in order to understand or have a better understanding of how business works. Of course, it's not always going to turn out that way, but how business works so that I can help other business owners, because I didn't want to talk from a place of things that I have heard other people talking when they advise people on business. I wanted to talk from experience and not be telling lies. Okay, so yeah. I stumbled upon the manufacturing side of business when I did my MBA. I thought manufacturing will be ideal for me. I didn't think about Kendall manufacturing. I just thought I wanted to get into manufacturing. So I thought about an issue that we are still facing largely in South Africa and Africa. Of course, load shedding is a bit down now, but it was a major issue. And in Africa as a whole, electrical power is still an issue. So I wanted to be part of the solution, and that's how I landed up on Mwedi Kendall company. Why is Kendall making a good business opportunity in South Africa? So before I started candle making, I just thought, you just make these candles, but there is a large market out there. There's so many candle businesses that you can start, not just this candle manufacturing, but you can also, as the business opportunity, it's endless. So we're going to move to market research. I'm going to try to get through this as fast as possible. So the demand for candles in South Africa has risen, of course, as it has globally. So I did do my research before I started the business. Please do market research business. There are companies that sell information, but I think with a little bit of digging, you can find what is going on out there in the market. Are there any particular trends in the candle market? So yes, with this one, it's the prayer candle. So more and more people are praying using candles. It's always been that way. Even Christians pray using candles, but more and more people are starting to practice using that in order to channel their energy when they are praying. So, business planning. So I did have a business plan. I know some professionals out there will tell you you don't need a business plan, but they also had a business plan. So it's interesting to me sometimes how business owners will say, you don't need to grind too much. You can manage your time properly and things like that. But then they tell you that when they started, they slept like 3 hours. So if almost everybody that starts has very little sleep, then what is it saying? I don't know. Anyway, so how do you estimate startup costs and ongoing expenses? Ooh, now this is a deep one. So the startup costs I had saved, and I also took out my pension fund. I don't advise anybody to do this. So I did it because I'm just all in. I was like, I'm all in starting a business. I wasn't even sure what business I was going to start, but I knew that I wanted to start my own business. It's been my desire, it's my passion, and it's something that I'm not going to stop in the next 2 or 3 years. I'm in it for the long haul. So if you're somebody that also wants to do that, then calculate your risks properly. And then in terms of ongoing expenses, my advice would be to try and not do everything, because what cost me is also trying different waxes. So when I teach people how to make candles, that saves them money, because testing products costs money. So that's where the costs come in. When you pay people to teach you something, you don't have to test everything and increase the expenses when you're starting a business. You go to somebody who's done all of that, and then they show you how to do it. So to keep expenses low, there's certain things that I do myself, like the packaging. I also print my own stickers for the packaging. I do most of the things that like myself instead of somebody else. So legal require. Okay, so let me just answer this question under business planning as well. How to estimate startup costs and ongoing expenses. So besides how I deal with it, but how do you estimate it? So you know what you budget for, you're gonna have to put in extra. So you can do your own research. I'm not gonna say where I bought the machines, because they not pay me to advertise for them. So it will be like I'm bringing them customers without getting anything in return. So you can go on Google and search for machines yourself, but estimate, you need to look at the machines, how much they cost, and then you need to look at research and research all the materials that you're going to need to make candles. So having a decision and a way forward in terms of where you want to go or what market you want to target with your business, the costs are different. So I covered that in another video talking about starting a candle business. So yeah, you do the costs and then also calculate your monthly costs, such as electricity. If you're working from home, you still need to use electricity at home. If you are working somewhere else, you have to think about rent, you have to think about electricity, you have to think about Wi-Fi, water, and all of those expenses. And then also courier expenses. If you include that in your packaging, then yeah, but you still need to include petrol to go to that place. Like, how often are you going to go to the place to deliver? Because that's another cost as well. So yeah, you need to do your research in terms of costs. So sourcing materials, where to source raw materials like wax, wicks, fragrances. There's different suppliers. Again, when I give classes, I also give this information on where you can source materials. I also sell the book on my website that provides you with all the information of how to make the candle and starting a candle business. Now, side note, this is for decorative and scented candles. It's not for this candle. But I do cover the materials there. So yeah, there's a lot of different places you can find the waxes and wicks and all of that. So how to choose quality suppliers, testing. Again, if you're not taking any classes from anybody, testing. You're going to have to test to see which wax is best for which candle. Are there local suppliers, or should you consider importing materials? Now, there are local suppliers, but my take is that the local suppliers are importing. So when you import materials, if you can import it in high quantities, like say maybe you import 20 tons, that's going to be cheaper. And then they put a markup on them. if you are somebody that cannot order 20 tons, which is going to be hundreds and thousands of rands, if you can't afford it, then unfortunately you're going to have to order your source materials locally. Some of the materials like the molds, of course, you can order internationally, but I know now they increased the tariffs for ordering from things from China. So I know about Shein and Temu, there were molds there that you can use to make decorative candles, but I know they increased their prices. And yeah, so yeah, quality suppliers. All right. Yeah, local suppliers if you cannot afford international. And then the production process. Let's talk about production process. What are the basic steps in the candle making process? So the basic steps are obviously, melting the wax, putting in your wick, preparing the molds, making sure that the wax is the correct temperature when you pour it, and then there you go. So candles are not the most difficult to make, but they can be finicky if you don't pour at the right temperature and also use the right amount of fragrance. And also there's different types of fragrances. There's also different types of colors for the candle. There's oil colors. There's also like solid colors. So yeah. What equipment and tools are needed? So of course I have the candle manufacturing machine that makes the everyday candles, and then you need wicks, you need things to oil the machine. So there's nitty-gritty things that you need to put on the machine in order to add onto the machine in order to work the machine. And then, of course, for the decorative ones, you need jar candles, you need wicks, you need wick setters, you need candle molds, you also need something to lubricate the molds, and then you need heat gun and all sorts of things. So that's also covered in the book that I have written. How to scale production from small batches to larger quantities. So in order to scale, you need to have less variety, right? If you have decorative candles and you have 20 varieties and you are just starting out, you haven't been in the industry for long to make money and to hire other people to make different varieties, then in order to scale, you need to minimize the types of candles that you make. So for example, you can focus solely on scented candles. So you have different types of candles, you have different sizes, you have different containers, you have different scents and all of that. You can also focus on molded candles, decorative candles for event companies, for weddings, baby showers and all of that. That's a whole different market as well. And then of course you have this one. So yeah, to scale and to make larger quantities, I would say you need to focus. Branding and marketing, this is my favorite part. So we don't like the other parts, but they're very important. You need to nail down the production process, the finances and all of that. But yeah, let's talk branding and marketing for candle businesses. So we'll start with branding. How to create a unique brand identity for your candles. So I looked at myself. I feel like I've been guided in choosing the name, in getting into the industry, to be quite honest. But I say when you choose a brand, it has to be something that's personal to you. It helps. It tells a story of what the company is all about beyond just making candles. Who is the person behind it and why are they doing what they're doing? So how I grew up in Wedi is actually Moon in Sepedi. So I'm a Pedi lady. So yes, so that's how I chose my name. And the moon, of course, has significant different meanings. You can go and Google them. And it's just light that comes on at night. I know it doesn't come on, the sun reflects on it, but yeah, it is what it is. So to create a unique brand, you need to really look at yourself and who you are and what you are about and where you see the company in 5 years and what it stands for. So yeah, take notes. What are some effective packaging ideas? So packaging, of course, is different again from the everyday candles. It's different from jar candles. Scented candles, I actually prefer jars that close because I feel like they close the scent inside. And then it lasts a bit longer. There's of course hot throws when it comes to scented candles where it smells more when you burn it than when it's just sitting. So yeah, that's the nitty-gritty that I go into the class with. But yeah, packaging ideas, I package things myself. My market and the people that I target with these kind of candles, they're not expecting fancy packaging, so that helps. Although it is quality, I make sure that I package it really well so that when they arrive at customers, they arrive in one piece because candles can break, and then in the summer they can get hot. So I make sure that I package them really well. It's affordable packaging that I bought some of the materials from Take a Lot and some of them I bought them from a local person. And yeah, I package the things myself. Once I have enough funding in the business, I will definitely get professional packaging done for me. So yeah, there's that, because I inquired, and of course again they have a minimum quantity order, which is insane, and then it ends up being like 41,000 just for the packets, so I had to let that one go for now. How to differentiate your product from competitors. So I make videos all the time on TikTok talking about differentiating your product from competitors. And again, pricing is not the end all be all. I don't believe in competing for price, and almost every book that I have read and every person in business says you do not compete on price unless you have the resources already to compete on price. If you can afford it, then you can compete on price. But other ways you can compete is by building your brand. Other ways you can compete is by delivering fast. Other ways you can compete is by, of course, packaging. Other ways you can compete is by distribution. So there's many other ways, and you have to look at your business and see what people in your market need so that you can meet their need and exceed it. So yeah, moving on to marketing strategies. What marketing channel work best for promoting candles? What marketing channels work best for promoting candles in South Africa? Of course, it's social media, online marketing, going out there and talking to people. And yeah, I'm still exploring other ways of marketing. I'm in digital marketing, so it comes naturally to me. But there's other ways. I need to get into PR and all of those things when I do get a chance. How to leverage social media and influencer marketing. Now, in terms of influencer marketing, I have done that with my crochet business. It worked out okay. But in terms of the candles, I would say that user-generated content is best for marketing candles. So once people purchase the candles and they share the candles with you, then you can share their stories because it gives good review and it says that your business is in operation and people are happy about it. So user-generated content, I would say, is best. And of course, social media is my jam. It's my jam. I help people with it and I do it as well. So sales and distribution. So let's talk about selling candles. Where to sell your candles? So your candles, you can sell them online. You can sell them in retail stores. You can sell them at markets. You can open your own shop. You can put them in consignment. So there's many places where you can sell the candles depending on what type of candles you make. How to price your candles competitively. I just covered this. I am not all for pricing, but if you can do it, then do it. If you found materials that are of quality that you are happy with and are cheaper and your customers do want those type of candles, then definitely go for it. But if you are like me and you use quality material, unfortunately you cannot compete on price with people that are using unsafe paraffin, wax, and all of that is mixed with other things to make candles. So no, I don't. I get it, of course, you know. How to plan for taxes and so what are the best practices for online selling, website, e-commerce platforms, and all of that, for example? So the best practices, I would say, is being consistent. Respond to people. Now on TikTok, I don't always respond because people ask me other irrelevant questions. I'm sorry, but yeah, humbly so. So I do respond when like people ask me questions like the pricing, the shipping, the all of that. I make sure that I communicate at every stage with online selling. And then your website needs to be up to date. I need to update that as well. Business owner being everything. Hey. And yeah, sharing whatever you're doing that is relevant to your business. And then e-commerce platforms, I've sold on Take A Lot. I'm still selling on Take A Lot. I was just trying to understand how it works, but now I do. So you can find my candles on Take A Lot. I just need to restock the candles. So financial management in my business as a candle manufacturer, how to manage your finances and keep track of expenses and profits. Woo, child. So that is one area that I need to dedicate a whole day, if not 2 days to, so that I can assess my finances and assess the profits and everything. But I can say now that in order to put money into the business, I'm not profitable yet. I do break even. So I have to find other ways to put more money in the business because I need more funds. So I will be applying for funding. I'm not looking for people that will be buying shares and all of that, just for funding at the moment. But yeah, what accounting tools or software can help? So I work with a lady that is in accounting. She's helping me with the SARS and e-filing and all of those things. I'm yet to give her all of the services that pertain to accounting and all of that. So software tools that I use, I will share underneath, like for sending invoices and all of that. I will share in the comments and in the description. How to plan for taxes and other financial obligations. I need to work on this. I'm not gonna lie. It's chaos. Like when you just started your business, it's chaotic. It's really chaotic. Like from manufacturing to marketing to sales to website to, it's a lot. It's a lot, I'm not gonna lie. So other things do fall behind, but I need to manage my time strictly and better. But I'm working on it. So challenges and tips. So what are some common challenges faced by candle manufacturers in South Africa? I would say the cost of materials. And secondly, I would say there's people that are from other countries like Pakistani and all of those places, Bangladesh or whatever, that are in the industry that use unsafe, cheap materials. So some people don't mind using those candles, and then they want to compare your candles to those candles and they think that you must price it the same. But remember, like I said, it depends on your brand. If you want to play that game of being the cheapest, then you use cheaper materials and all of that. And then if you are doing quality, of course you have to price accordingly. And remember, when you are alone in the business, you are doing 4 people's work. Sometimes you're not paid for those 4 people. So yeah, that's another issue. But that's a challenge that can be faced, that I'm facing, that I believe that I will overcome in the name of Jesus. So how to overcome the challenges? Build a brand. build a brand, connect with the audiences, connect with your people. There is a tribe out there. If you know how to speak to them, you will find them, they will find you. So I would say connect with people that understand the importance of buying quality, clean candles, and also the importance of using candles that, you know, they're still standing. You know, you can see they're not going to fall over if you light it overnight, because sometimes you do get advised to light the candles overnight, you know, while in prayer. So yeah, so that's one way, connecting with the right people that are looking for what you are selling. Don't try to force people to buy, attract people. Tips for success. What are some tips for beginners that I can give in the candle business? One of the tips is you need to get comfortable marketing your business. You need to get comfortable advertising your business. You need to have plans in place, and you should not give up. And also don't compare your process, your brand, your product with other people's so much. You can look just for competition and then set yourself apart. And once you set yourself apart, focus on that thing that is unique to you and your business. How to continuously improve and innovate in your business. Take time off sometimes. Take time off to reflect, take time off to exercise. I go to the gym at least minimum 3 times a week. And take time to understand yourself. And that's how you're going to come up with interesting ideas and solutions for your business. Solutions don't come necessarily when you're in chaos. Sometimes they come when you take a breather and you look at your business and yourself, because when you are a startup, you are a business. You are your own business. So, final conclusions. What advice would you give to someone starting a candle business? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so final thoughts and conclusion. Any future trends or opportunities in the candle industry to watch out for? Yes, so decorative, there's still a space for decorative candles. Events are using them, of course, and we know we've had weddings and funerals and everything for forever. So there's definitely still an industry. There's still space in the industry for improvement and innovation, and candles are one of those things that are going to be around for many, many years. So you can innovate, you can come up with new designs, you can mix the scents and all of that. A lot of people like different things. So if you are going to get into the candle manufacturing business, open your mind and think outside the box. So that's it from me. Follow my company, Ngwedi Kendall Company. You can find us on Instagram, on TikTok. On TikTok, I'm actually strategic to me. But yeah, on Instagram, Facebook, and I have a website as well, which I will link below. And yeah, I'm going to be hosting business talks soon and marketing workshops, online workshops. So if that's something that you're interested in, then definitely sign up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.